So next point was your basic definition. So these are the basic definition in your software testing. First one is your error. It is a mistake or misconception or misunderstanding on a part of a software developer. Means suppose any developer is developing the application. So what your typing mistake may be there or any logical error may be there. Logical error may be there. So that is nothing but the error. The second one is your fault. It is also called as a defect or bug, which will be introduced because of an error. Means suppose in your error, developer at the time of developing has specified a data type integer and he is given a input as a variable. So what is this? This is a typing mistake or any misconception or misunderstanding of that developer. So this will be the error. Because of this error, it will introduce the defect or the bug in your software. And third one is your failure, inability of software system or components to perform its required function within a specified performance requirement. That will lead to the failure. So failure occurs because what? Suppose you have developed a software regarding to example that is 2 plus 2. The result is 4, but your result is coming 6. So this is what inability of your software to perform the function, because of which it will lead to the failure. So that is called as a failure. Then test case. Test case is a practical sense in test related items which contains the following information. Test case is what? Actually document you are creating for any test module. So it will consist of the set of the test input, means what you want to test. Suppose example is a login form. So in login form, so what is the set of test input? Username and password. Then execution condition. So execution condition means what? Username is incorrect and password is correct, or username is correct, password is incorrect, or both the condition, username and password are correct, username and password are incorrect. So these are the execution condition for this login form. Then expected output. So if your username and password are correct, what will be the expected output? Test is pass or successful login. If username is wrong, password is correct, unsuccessful login. So these are the expected output. Then we are checking the expected and actual output. If both are same, then the test result is pass or the test is pass. If the both answers are expected result and actual result are different, then we can say that the test is failed. So that is called as a test case. Then test, group of related test cases or a group of related test procedure is called as a test. Then test oracle, it is a document or a piece of software that allows tester to determine whether the test has been passed or failed. So that is called as a test oracle. Means what happens here? We are checking the expected result and actual result. If that is pass, we can say that the test is pass. Both are same, then we can say that test is pass. But both are different, then we can say that the test is pass. So document which we are creating, that is called as a test oracle. Okay. Then test bed. So test bed is an environment for testing. Means what will happen here? We require some hardwares, we require some softwares for the purpose of testing. So whatever environment we are creating for testing the application of the software is called as a test bed. It may consist of your software's automated testing like WinRunner or Load Runner or Quality Center. These are the software for the testing. In Ubuntu also there is a Selenium, which is used for the testing purpose. So all the environment along with the tester is called as a test bed. Then software quality. So what is the quality? We can say that the best quality software when all the requirements are satisfied, then we can say that the software is of good quality. So software quality relates to the degree to which the system or system components will meet all the specified requirement, then all the customers requirement are expectation, then we can say that the software is a good quality software. Then quality matrix, it is a quantitative measurement of degree to which atom possesses given quality attributes. So we are measuring, there are some attributes we are measuring for the software. If all the attributes are made by using the software quality matrix, there are different types of matrix for software quality that we'll study in unit number 3rd. So software quality matrix. So it is a measurement which will specify the quality of the software using different quality attributes. Then some quality attributes are as follows: correctness, how correctly the software is working; reliability, usability, it is user friendly; then integrity, we can easily add the module in your software; then portability, execute on any machine; maintainability, easy to maintain; interoperability, will operate on any operating system. So that is interoperability. Then software quality assurance group. So it deals with the quality assurance, the quality issues. The software assurance quality group is a group that will maintain the quality of software. They will check your software and they will give the some, you can call as a standards to your application or the software. So it will deals in the quality issues. Serves as a customer representative, or also called as a, he is an advocate who will take care of quality. Their responsibility is to look after customers' interest, whether you are specifying the customer's need. So that is specified by the software quality assurance group. Team of people with necessary training and skill. There are different organizations, suppose ISO, then you have Six Sigma, then you have CMMI. You have studied the CMMI in software engineering also. So these are the group, quality assurance group, that will check the quality of the software, and it will meet the customer's requirement or not. That will be specified by the software quality assurance group. Then next one is your review group meeting, whose purpose is to evaluate a software artifact or the set of software artifacts. So review is what? It is oral or verbal communication. A group of meeting with the organization head or your tester head or anyone, group leader. The members of review team will specify or check your software whether it is working as per the customer's requirements. So review will be conducted. In review, he will do paperwork, write down the points, find the working of the software, find the problem in the software. So all will be done by these review members. Now next point, so which point we have covered here, why testing is required in engineering and basic definition of software testing. Now next point is your software testing principles. So there are more than 10 principles in software testing, which we have to follow at the time of testing, or which have to follow by the tester. So principles plays an important role in all engineering discipline, usually introduced as a part of educational background in each branch of engineering. So there are testing principles which are important to the test engineer or test specialist, because they provide foundation for developing testing knowledge and acquiring the testing skill. For that purpose, they should know all the principles regarding to the test. The principles can be defined as a general or the fundamental or the law regarding to the software, rule or code of conduct, then laws or facts of nature underlying the working of an artificial devices. So that will, what is actually principle defines, so what your laws are made, what are the fundamentals regarding to the testing, that will be specified. Then software engineering principles refers to the laws, rules, how to build them, how they behave, all are maintained in a principle. So we'll start with principles, software engineering principles. So principles may also be referred to the rules or codes of conduct relating to professionals who design, develop, test, and maintain software system. So here we are testing all, means your developer. Developer should know the developing principles. Tester should know the testing principles. He should have the knowledge of software engineering. All these are some types of principles. So Glanford Mayers had outlined such set of execution-based testing principles in his book, The Art of Software Testing. So we'll go for some types, some principles of software testing. So what is the first principle? Testing is a process of exercising a software component using the selected set of test cases with the intent of relieving the defect and evaluating the quality. So this is the first principle. This is what main objective of your testing should be: find the defect and get the quality, or find the quality of the software. So this is your first principle for testing. The second principle is your principle second. When the test objective is to detect the defect, then the good test case is one that has a high probability of revealing a yet undefected defect. So what happens here? Second principle, if main motive is to find the defect in your application. Suppose your application is not having any type of defect, we cannot say that is a good quality or good software. Each and every application has some defects. So we should find the undetected defects in the second principle. Specifies that the undetected defect during testing should be detected by the tester. So he should have the knowledge which of defects has been removed at the initial phases. Still some defect may be available in your software, so that undetected defects should be found out. That is principle number second. Then principle third, test results should be inspected meticulously. Means what happens here? Test any test. Suppose you cannot test all the input, so we should select any input. Suppose your data set, suppose you are having the 1 to 100 data set, so we cannot check all 1 to 100. So we should check what for 10, 16, 75, 95. So likewise, any data should be checked and we should find the results. So test results should be checked, inspected meticulously. Then principle number 4, a test case must contain expected output and result. So this is necessary. Test case must contain expected output or result. And what is the actual output? Now we are checking. I have taken the example 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. So what is the expected output? Result should be 4. Okay. And actual output is suppose 3. Then there is a defect in your application. So a test case must contain expected output or expected result. So that is a principle number 4. Principle 5, test case should be developed for both valid and invalid input condition. What happens here in invalid and invalid condition? Suppose I will explain the example of your login form. So here are two conditions, username and password. If you give correct password and correct username as a input, so what should be the expected result? Login successful. And your actual result, login successful. Then the test will be pass. So again, we are specifying, suppose username is wrong and password is also wrong. And if the expected output is invalid username or password, or login unsuccessful. Now what happens here? If you get successful login, then we can say that software is a faulty software or there is error in the software. So we should check both valid and invalid input condition. Then principle number 6, the probability of existence of additional defects in a software component is proportional to the number of defects already detected in that component. So when you are developing the testing the software, we have to find whether at the time of removing the defects, new defects should not introduce in this application. In removing the existing defects, new defects should not come or exist. New defects should not be introduced in your application. So that is specified in the principle number 6. Principle 7, testing should be carried out by the group that is independent of development group. So testing team should be another part and your developing team should be the another part. So testing should be carried out without the development or independent of a development group. And principle number 8, test must be repeatable and reusable. So testing is a continuous activity, so it should be continuously repeatable and reusable. Testing should be planned, so that is required for any development, starting with the analysis phase till the deployment phase. We require the plan. So testing should be planned. So testing, at what phases we should do the testing? In requirement, after gathering all the requirement, we should do the testing of requirement. Then after design, complete design of your application, we should do the testing. So likewise, testing should be planned in which what time we should do the testing. Then principle number 10, testing activities should be integrated in the software life cycle, software development life cycle. So this is necessary. Testing activity, what you are doing in a testing, what type of testing you are doing, so all should be integrated in a SDLC, software development life cycle. Principle 11, testing is creative and challenging task because all defects cannot remove in testing also. So this is a continuous process starting with initial phase of software development to the final phase. So testing is creative and challenging task. So these are the some principles of testing. Okay.